I grew up in a pretty special place.
Having 100 mothers, brothers, sisters, I have that.
Yeah, moms and dads, I have many.
I had a lot of people around me, caring for me, loving on me every day.
Lots and lots of children and lots of their moms and dads. And
I've always grown up with having everybody around me that cared about me.
Parents outside of my physical household that love me and were willing to push me and show me the truth.
Tons and tons of times of us children being gathered together and taught what it means to follow Jesus.
It's almost hard for me to even describe what it would look like without having all the moms and dads that I've had.
It's funny, it's kind of hard to describe, just surrounded by moms and dads and just everybody I knew who absolutely cared for me.
There are so many of them that have poured into my life over the years.
Training me and giving me an environment that I know is nothing like the world.
Even that I can remember as a child, my best friends and relationships were people that were older that cared about me and wanted me to find Jesus and cared about my soul and cared about where my life would go.
Be it 40-year-olds or 10-year-olds or 5-year-olds, we all, our lives were very intertwined and there was nothing segregated at all based on age or relationships.
And that it's more dynamic, that it's not just, it's not just the parents helping the children, but it's together, children bumping up against children and having issues, and then the parents helping all of us kind of move in the right direction.
it's always coming back to us learning how to love each other as children. And
there wasn't stuff happening, elsewhere where the parents just had no idea what was going on, but there was a constant care and help.
The love and devotion and tenderness.
As long as I can possibly remember, I knew that they loved me. I knew it was Jesus. I grew up hearing his name every day, and I knew that that was why the people around me were the way that they were. I knew that's why I was loved and safe and cared for, and though I had problems and I needed to be trained and I had fears like anybody else, I didn't have worries.
I could just see that he was so beautiful from everyone around me just telling me about him, and that I could one day be his and that I could be his daughter. And
I was surrounded with love, and again, it's hard to describe. It's hard to really appreciate unless you've lived it, and I have my entire life.
I wish I could put words on it and explain, but it's kind of hard because it happens in 1,000 small ways across the course of my life.
There's just no place like living in God's kingdom and people actually caring about little things.
I remember one time I was in a room full of people and we were praying. This guy got home late from work to join us, and he came in the room and we were praying, and as soon as I saw him come in the room, I closed my eyes and pretended like I was praying with everybody. And
a friend stopped by to install some software on my computer for educational purposes. My room was a wreck. It was so messy. He was tripping over books. He was tripping over dirty laundry.
He pulled me aside and said, I noticed, because you saw me, you closed your eyes because you wanted me to think you were praying. And do you know that's called hypocrisy? Can I tell you what God thinks about hypocrisy?
The conversation wasn't that I was so sloppy and was a bad person, but the conversation was, do you understand that a person of character, somebody who wants to follow Jesus, you got to learn how to clean your room, just to make room in your heart for Jesus by being a neat person and caring about the things that he cares about.
That kind of thing just lays a foundation in my life, and that's what a father is. That is, and that person was not biologically related to me at all, and but they loved me enough to take 10 minutes out of their already busy day and their late work schedule and to say, don't do that, don't go there.
The heart behind it and what amazed me was that he actually looked me in the eyes and helped give me a picture for what it means to serve Jesus, and just the personal investment to describe what a follower of Jesus looks like.
That times 1,000, my whole life.
That makes all the difference for me today.
They would care enough to look around, see me sitting there, eyes on myself, and to take me by the hand and say, hey, I'm gonna help you try to hit the ball and we can run the bases together. And I wasn't even physically their child.
I really want to learn calculus, and here I'm 10 or 11. I didn't even know what calculus really was. A friend who I didn't even know that well, he was probably 15 years older than me, said, oh, I'll help you learn some calculus. And I just thought that was the greatest thing.
I asked my dad if I could get a vending machine, put it on the front porch, and we did. People from all over the neighborhood, friends and family, they'd be streaming in throughout the day, get their soda and then go back to their house for lunch, or they'd be eating outside, then everybody would come over and get a soda. Probably a lot of people who already had soda at their house came by just to care about me. Sometimes they'd go to the store just to get more soda, so I could sell it back to them.
Different dads have bought movie tickets for us or bought us dinner. And
I mean, where else do you get that?
I don't have quite enough. Could he spot me a 20? And he just handed the cashier his card. And
People taking us on trips, when they could have just taken their household, but no, they wanted to, buy us airplane tickets and take us to Florida too.
There's just something really, really, really Jesus about walking through a room and being able to look at everyone and say, hey, Dad, or to anybody.
It's just another wonderful example of the love.
If you don't have it, you're really missing out.
I can't really imagine what it would be like to live apart from what I've lived in, how different it would be to live somewhere else. Like, everything would just be totally different.
When you grow up around people your whole life, they tend to know what makes you tick. They tend to know what interests you, what you're good at. And with their experiences, they were really able to help me be successful in a lot of ways.
I just know I can trust them. There's just nothing I can't talk to them about.
Not only do I have others to go to for advice, but there's the saying, if you walk with the wise, you'll be wise too, or you'll be made wise. I forget how it goes, but having that constant truth, always placed in front of me, my whole life, it becomes a part of you in a sense.
I know I'm very loved. I know specific people have taken me under their wing, and they cherish me.
No matter what sin I might fall into, I could just be totally 100% honest with them, no matter what.
I could give you the names of at least 100 people who are that close to me, who are like family to me, that would die for me in a split second.
Kind of like how Jesus wasn't when his parents left him when they were going home from Jerusalem. They just he's with our friends. It's exactly the same.
The people who were fathers to me were not related to me at all, but for some reason or another, because of Jesus, they decided that my life was as important to them as their children's lives, their own children.
That's how Jesus planned it.
Because they were invested in what God cared about, which is His bride prepared on the earth.
Because of the Jesus that is inside of every person.
Because of the unity of Jesus, and because those 150 other people have sold themselves out 100%.
Investing in the children, investing in me, was just part of them obeying what God wanted. So, yeah, that's just been my normal experience.
It's meant everything.
that's the miracle of Jesus' life.
Jesus said we'd have hundreds of mothers and fathers, so it's not too much of a surprise to me.